Let's discuss 3 misconceptions about people that work from home. What's up, everyone? My name is Brandon, and I've worked multiple work from home jobs before. So I can kind of go ahead and want to comment and elaborate on this. So let's start off with the first misconception. The first misconception is that remote workers are less productive than office staff. So the thing with remote workers is sometimes they actually can be more highly productive compared to office staff. And that could be due to multiple reasons, but with the different jobs that I've had in the past, what I notice is that there's not as much office politics involved because you're not in person. Office politics still does exist, but that doesn't affect the productivity. When you're working from home, you're not really seeing anybody, obviously, like physically. You still get on Zoom calls, you still have to meet people, virtually, but that actually can make you more productive because there's no friction between physically having to like get up, walk over to a desk, or somewhere else. So sometimes work from home employees could be more productive. They end up sometimes doing more work, and I've even experienced this. The second misconception is that work from home employees are available at all times of the day. Now, while that might seem true, we still have to adhere to a 9 to 5 schedule for the most part. I've worked different schedules, graveyard shifts. Primarily, I've worked morning shifts. They typically do first shift, which there's first, second, and third shift, which is what most companies kind of follow. So the first shift is going to be kind of like your early morning shift, maybe like 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then you have like your mid shift, which is like 12 to 8, and then your graveyard shift, which could go 8 p.m. overnight through the early morning hours. And it kind of staggers out like that, sort of like call centers. But majority of work from home jobs are like that. It's like an 8 or 9 hour shift, and you'd still have to adhere to that 8 or 9 hour shift. So the only difference is that you're obviously physically not in the office, but it doesn't really change like your availability because you still adhere to a schedule. If you like this kind of content, let me know in the comments below so I can determine whether to make more or less of it. I love to document my travels and do a lot of vlogs. And if you'd really like to support me, please like the video and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel so that you can follow me on all of my adventures. And the third misconception is that people that work from home are lazy and they live a stagnant lifestyle. But honestly, in my opinion, that comes down to time management, and it applies to any job, whether you go into the office or if you work from home. And it's nothing against anybody. I just wanted to kind of bring awareness to these points that I'm making. But with the stagnant lifestyle, if you manage your time wisely and correctly, then you could still work out after your work from home job. So in my previous jobs, I would work 9 to 5, and then once I was done, I would go to the gym. Now, to make it more efficient, what I've recently done is converted my garage into a home gym. And that's where I'm currently in right now. I'll give you a little tour of what it looks like really quick. So it's kind of a mess right now because I was working out earlier, but this is what my home gym looks like. It is a Smith machine. I've got weights, I got my weight belts, and I can pretty much hit a whole body workout here in about an hour or two, depending on what type of workout I want to do. I can also go on my street, around my street if I choose to do so, but it comes back to the conversation if we're talking about working from home and a stagnant lifestyle. So yes, while I was working at home, I was sitting down in a desk doing my job. But, when I was done with my work, I would get out and I would go out for a walk or a run, or I would go in here, work out in the gym. And it made it more efficient. It made me realize that it made me more efficient in managing my time because now I just have a gym here. I also do have a gym membership because working from home, you can easily kind of, get stuck at home, obviously, as you can imagine. But I also have a gym membership so I can get out and I can experience that. With certain work from home jobs, you can also work in other places as long as there's Wi Fi. But maybe that could be another video. But let me know in the comments below. But those are the three misconceptions that I think that a lot of people usually talk about with work from home jobs. And I just wanted to bring awareness and just share my knowledge and experience with everybody else. And if you can relate to this, let me know. But yeah, everybody have a blessed day, and I will see you in the next video.